What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new video. The inner work is essential. The inner work. I can talk about supplements till I'm blue in the face for hours a day. I can talk about grounding exercises. I can talk about alpha brain. I can talk about herbs like bacopa and gotu kola and schizandra and snow lotus and gynostemma pentaphyllum. I can talk about the medicinal mushrooms. I can talk about chaga. I can do all of these things literally until I'm blue in the face in front of this camera. However, dietary alteration, supplementation, the filtering of water, both drinking water and shower and bathing water, these things, all of the things that we talk about on this channel that you can do with your hands in regards to the health, again, changing the water supply, filtering it, distilling it, things that you can do with your hands, going to the store and buying your magnesium, things like that. That's just one piece to this puzzle of health that we talk about, right? The most neglected piece to the puzzle of health is indeed the inner work. I'm talking about the 4 exercises that I talk about on this channel. And the 4 inner exercises, I'm talking about the thoughtlessness exercise, the motionlessness exercise, the full body relaxation exercise, and the inner temple exercise. These are 4 fundamental exercises that I teach on this channel. And so many people have reached out to me saying that they've done them, they've experienced benefit from them, and that they'll continue doing them. But simultaneously, I get a lot of emails from people and a lot of comments saying that, yeah, I'd like to try this stuff, but I don't really have time for it. And it's just kind of outside of my norm. Guys, that's not an excuse. The inner work is essential. If you want to follow my work and actually apply it and get something from it, you have to do the physical things in tandem with the inner work. In the 4 main exercises, there's more than just the 4 main exercises. I don't talk about those on this channel because the 4 main exercises are pretty much all you need to truly get started and have a huge impact on your life for the better if you do these 4 exercises. In my opinion, and this is what I suggest, start with the inner temple exercise and the full body relaxation exercise. Do those for weeks on end. Have fun with it. Look at it as something new to try. I can guarantee you if you do it consistently and with enough effort and patience, you will reap the rewards. Later on down the road, you start doing the motionlessness exercise and the thoughtlessness exercise, and you can merge those together. In fact, folks, the beautiful thing about the 4 exercises that we talk about on this channel is that once you become proficient in them, once you quote unquote master them, because it does require a state of mastery, some of these exercises will drive you crazy if you've never done them before. Maybe we'll talk about that in a moment. But once you get proficient in these exercises to the point where it's almost second nature, you can merge all 4 of them together. This will quantum leap your health drastically. It will also allow you to tap into the untapped reservoir of power within your mind. You see, in order to tap into the power of your mind, you have to have a system to calm it down and to purge it of the foreign installations of the Archon that are in there currently. All of the internal dialogue, all of the inner chatter, all of the strange, chaotic emotions that move through your emotional field daily without you knowing it, that influence your conscious mind and cause you to react and behave in certain ways that are outside of what you should be doing. Catch my drift? We have all this mental dialogue. We have all this emotional dialogue just swimming through us. And most people don't even know it. In fact, most people will regard the inner dialogue as their own thoughts. So contrary to popular belief, people talk to themselves constantly, internally. It's called internal dialogue, internal chatter. Those thoughts, more often than not, I'd say 90+% of them are not actually your own. You're not generating them. It is an auto feedback loop that constantly operates on its own volition, outside of your conscious recognition. You just learn to interpret these thoughts and these feelings that you constantly feel as your own mind, your own thoughts, your own emotions, right? No. And the 4 inner exercises will prove that to you, because here's the thing, folks. You can sit down in a dark room in an upright position or laying down, and you can do the thoughtlessness exercise for 5 minutes, and you will be exposed to the inner dialogue immediately. Try to do the thoughtlessness exercise. Go into a room and try to experience no thinking. Try to empty your mind completely. Suddenly, you will be bathed and swathed in a barrage, folks, of thoughts, feelings, appetites, mental images, etc. These are the things that I call this the Archon, the Archon's influence. These are the things that control and regulate your life. And most people will go their entire life never knowing that this energy moving through them, their emotions and their thoughts, are not actually their own, because you can do the thoughtlessness exercise and literally observe your thoughts and your emotions as if you're watching, like it's like a river going by, right? You're the observer of the thoughts. You're not actually the thoughts, which creates the question of, if I'm not generating these thoughts, if I can observe these thoughts as if they're outside of myself, then what the fuck is generating them? And that's a subject that I've talked about in prior videos. I don't want to rant about it too much, but it's largely influenced by what I call the Archon, this mental dialogue. And it's largely, this inner dialogue is also simultaneously largely fostered by your upbringing. You were never really taught how to meditate, right? In school, you were never taught to have a still mind. You were never taught to question thoughts or emotions. You learned to think that they're yours. So there's a handful of reasons why we get these things that I call foreign installations. And the 4 inner exercises are a form of magic, M-A-G-I-C-K. Magic is a system of tools that we use for self-reflection and self-introspection and purging of the parts of ourselves that are unnecessary and counterproductive to our growth. Catch my drift? So there really is no development in magical practice for those of you who are interested, or the practice of sorcery, which is different than magic. There is really no development in either two of these occult sciences if you cannot calm your body down, if you cannot calm your mind down, and if you cannot go into your mind and learn from it. And that's what the 4 exercises are for. So to all the people saying that they're not interested in the inner exercises, maybe it's laziness. I'm not 100% sure, folks. I'm not 100% sure. But if you want to gain benefit from my system, you got to do all of the parts, right? So anyways, just a brief little rant. I have a video in my video archive called Your Thoughts Are Mind Control Installations. I'll do my best to remember to put a link to that in the description box below. If you have not watched that video, I highly suggest watching it and studying the curriculum contained therein. I have a handful of videos in my archive about the thoughts that move through our head that aren't actually ours, that we learn to misinterpret as being our own genuine thoughts. And these thoughts steer us in the wrong direction in life and actually do indeed bring us strife. Imagine that. So part of this channel is absolutely dietary alterations and supplementation, cleaning your water supply and doing all of those things. Absolutely. Proper exercise, using your hands to do the energy work on your head, your body, etc. We'll talk about that in the future. The Taoist exercises, the Taoist internal exercises. There's a whole handful of things that we talk about on this channel. But let me just dovetail away from where I was going and put this in here. The inner work is like the fundamental, Lunabug. 1 second, guys. Go on. Go on. The inner work is really the fundamental foundation. So, and here's the thing. You'll find that the inner work, the 4 exercises, they work directly with the supplementation, the minerals, the vitamins, the amino acids, the essential fatty acids. As you clean your body up, it influences the cleanliness of the mind. And as you clean your mind up, it dovetails in and works directly with the nourishment. So real nourishment causes the mind to flower, but only to a certain extent, folks, because there's a lot of predatory installations in our mind that were placed there that need to come out so that our mind can actually grow. Catch my drift? No amount of magnesium is going to replace the work that can be done with your own mind. No amount of magnesium supplementation or alpha brain is going to be able to replace what can be done with your own mind. It helps directly, it works with it, but it's not like you can just take a pill and gain access to a free mind. Catch my drift? Your mind may work better, your cognition, your verbal fluency, your mental recall, your speed of thought, etc. In fact, these supplements will directly impact that. But until you get these installations out of your mind, there's going to be something there, a major blockage. Catch my drift? So the book that I'm working on, the book that should be available within the next 6 to 8 months, hopefully, maybe a little less, depending on how well or how much work I can get done. There's a lot of material in that book about these 4 exercises, because these 4 exercises aren't just, these are magical exercises in essence, folks. And in order for you to be able to control your mind, which is really one of the main goals of magic, you have to be able to get rid of the tension out of your body. You have to learn to use your mind to get rid of the stress out of your body. And that's what the full body relaxation exercise is for. You know how many times I did the full body relaxation exercise for over an hour and then went into my inner temple? And it's like the amount of benefit that comes from that is long-standing is incredible. Stress, ladies and gentlemen, when you walk around with stress, with anxiety and all this other stuff, it creates a state of tension in your body. That state of tension, depending on your degree of stress and anxiety and worry and bad food, all this stuff can cause that state of tension in your body and your muscles to become the new normal, right? And if that sustains itself for long enough, your muscle memory is going to be trained or programmed with stress. So you want to remove stress, you got to delete the stress out of the muscle memory. And we use the mind in the full body relaxation exercise in tandem with certain forms of alchemical yoga, like the yoga of Frank Rudolph Jung. We do all of these things in tandem with one another to get rid of the muscle memory entrainment to stress. The mind influences the body is the clay of the mind. The body takes the blunt or load of the mind and absorbs it in its tissues. Your cells are constantly responding to the thoughts in your head, to the emotions, etc. So we use the full body relaxation exercise to literally knead out. It's like we're kneading out dough, right? We're getting rid of just tension and stress. We're working out the bullshit. We're getting rid of it. And one experience with this exercise, the full body relaxation exercise, is not enough. If you are truly serious about practicing magic, you have got to master these 4 exercises. It's that simple. Magic is much more than carving pentagrams in the air and things of that nature. Those rituals where we carve those things into the air, when we do pentagram rituals, these are just extensions of the inner work that we've already accomplished, and they help solidify the encoding, if you will, of the subconscious mind. I'm not going to get into that in this video. I have a video, it's about an hour long, about pentagram rituals and what we use them for, etc. in magical practice. If you want to learn more, check that video out. I would highly suggest doing so. But the inner work, guys, crucial. Getting the water, the pure water, into your system. There's about 1 million different ways that you can take advantage of today to embrace better health and to get your system clean, to clean it up a little bit. Health is not just about having muscles and all this vanity and all this stupid bullshit. In fact, I abhor all that crap. Real health is when the mind is cleansed and empty, when you can get to a state of mental peace and make that sustained to the point where it remaps everything, and you can now embrace your life with a blank slate. Catch my drift? Because we have all of these foreign installations operating on autopilot without our conscious recognition. Magic and the inner exercises is a system of tools, rituals, mantras, yantras, etc. that we use to almost enter into a state of self-induced hypnosis so that we can access introspection, reflection, and the purging of the mind. It's that simple. Once that purging happens, a state of clarity ensues after prolonged usage of these exercises and all the things that we talk about on this channel, and then you will have a firm foundation to stand on. Catch my drift? Until then, we have all these cobwebs that need to be removed, systematically deleted from our mind like a surgeon deletes or cuts out a cancer or a tumor. Magic is that system. I'm going to wrap this one up. May peace be with you all.